Friendship supreme. Friendship supreme. Finding the geek within.
Hey everybody, I'm Michael.
This is Cleve.
And welcome back to another exciting episode of Friendship
Supreme.
We're the podcast that dares to ask, what makes a family a family?
I think it's a Cold War.
3 years of intensive brainwashing and, living a fake life.
We're reviewing Black Widow, if you haven't figured that out.
It'll say it in the title, so if you didn't know, you got bamboozled.
I'll stay unspoilery as possible, but this is spoilers.
No, I'm just gonna put on the thumbnail spoilers.
That's fair.
Because it's on Disney Plus, dog. You ain't got no excuse.
I mean, you do. It's a $30.
Pay the money. Pay the money.
It's a $30 excuse.
Or if you want to know if you should pay the money or not, stay tuned.
So this intro, I understand it was set up. Everything was long. It was long though.
It was a really long. And did it really set up everything?
I mean, it set up this movie. Did you enjoy the Nirvana remix with the Nirvana?
I did actually enjoy that.
I think that they should have started that song about the airplane scene because it felt long. Like it felt like it just kept showing me pictures of sad kids, and I was like, I feel like we could have,
somehow avoided that.
Sped this process up. It just felt
that's fair. Yeah, I enjoyed that. I don't know. The pacing was real weird in this movie. It felt off.
I could see that. It was a little funny on it.
So did we decide if I can just start jumping into spoilers, or do you want me to? Okay, so like the big controversy. There's a giant fucking elephant in the room for everybody. It's Taskmaster. People are fucking pissed about it.
Really?
People are super angry about it. This is a hill they're willing to die on. I kind of get it. It felt like a real useless rewrite for a character that we're now just gonna let die on the wayside. And if we bring it back, it's even worse in my opinion. But
I think they're gonna bring it back. I think there's a world where they're trying to set up like a Thunderbolts type of thing. And I think the Taskmaster will be on the team.
Well, we know that Yelena is.
Well, is that so? Okay, so that's Thunderbolts. I assume would be General Ross's team.
Oh, that's right. Sorry,
not
whatever this.
Her name is tricky. Fontaine.
Yeah,
something like that. Which I don't know if you knew this. This was supposed to be her. Okay, this is the post-credit thing. This was supposed to be her first appearance.
Right.
Because of all the delays, they shot an extra scene, and Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier to introduce her finally. But this was supposed to be her first big debut, and I really don't know anything about her.
We're gonna get a Marvel Suicide Squad because it's the one thing that DC didn't absolutely fuck in the ass.
Well,
they haven't completely fucked it. It was better than some other DC shit.
Yeah, but
that's not saying much. I'm aware. But I'm just saying it didn't suck as bad. So they're like, yeah. Let's tap into that. So you're gonna get U.S. Agent and Yelena, who's essentially the White Canary.
Right. I hope that
with the costume.
I understand that Black Widow is just the title. But I feel like we're already carrying on Captain America. It seems like we're going to carry on Thor. I don't want it to be Avengers because we're already doing that with Hawkeye too. I don't want it to be just Avengers with Captain America, Thor.
But Hawkeye's is with the intention of going towards Young Avengers, not as though because Kate Bishop, they're pushing towards potentially doing like a Young Avengers thing.
Possibly. They changed it.
Hopefully.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't want everybody's superhero title to. Then we don't introduce new characters. You know what I mean?
Agreed. I did
Just
think it really was set up perfectly for, because like I'm sitting there watching it happen, and I'm like, I looked at Katie and I'm like, fuck, Samuel L. Jackson's gonna be like, so, do you want to take the mantle?
right.
Like it was just there. Like it was like, here you go.
Honor her name or
Right.
something like that.
Like, yeah. And then instead, Julia Louis-Dreyfus showed up, and
She's the new Fury.
yeah, she's essentially the Maria Hill, not Maria Hill. What's God damn it? What's the Suicide Squad lady's name?
Waller.
Waller, Amanda Waller. She does such a good job too, by the way.
Yeah, I like her.
I hate her, and that's what makes her do a great job in that movie. Yeah. But I don't know. Like so Taskmaster, yes. So in case you didn't know, it's trending on Twitter right now. People are losing their minds. Good call.
Leading up to that,
people are real pissed about it. I kind of get like I said, so I kind of get it, because it does feel like a weird rewrite that we could have had her as a villain in this very role without taking out the idea that, hey, like Taskmaster could be a thing later,
right?
And like instead we wanted to tie it to a character that, as you pointed out off screen before recording, that is dead. So like I don't know, and putting that much investment, and so I've read a couple of tweets that are quite interesting. Some that are along the lines of, "You guys didn't even know who Taskmaster was before this movie," and like, you're kind of off base here. Like, I get that Taskmaster is not like a mainstream character, but is a character that has been introduced in a lot of different mediums before movies. He's in the cartoons, he's in the games. So even people that are not like diehard comic book readers know who he is. He hasn't, like, he has the character. He has super abilities. It's not like he just has mech enhancements like this girl did. So like you could have made her anything you wanted it to be. You didn't have to be like, here's Taskmaster. I really expected them to pull Houdini on me and, curse me forever and make it fucking Clint. I expected that helmet to come off and it'd be Clint Barton, and I was going to be so sad.
For a moment, until we saw the mother, I thought it was going to be her. Because that would have annoyed me too. If that would have been,
yeah. Agreed.
But, and you know what? Part of me was like, I really hope they don't even get into who it is.
That would have been better. That would have been so much better.
And it was just this silent for hire, and shit went down, and he was like, hey, no money my way. Gotta go. Yeah.
The moment that Dreykov died, be like, I'm out. Because that's what would have happened. Like, that's how, because at one point in time in the comic book series, he is like kind of a mercenary. Like, he is like, pay me money, I'll go do whatever you need me to do. Mm-hmm. And so like that, absolutely, it would have been 100 times better if we just never went into who he was, or she, who the identity of Taskmaster, and just made him a ghost.
I think what we ran into here, and this is what I felt, is that I have no investment in who Taskmaster is. Unless it was someone that was in the first Avengers that Black Widow had wronged or something, or if it was one of the minions that
could have been interesting had it been someone from Sokovia.
Yeah. Or someone from the hallway on Iron Man 2 that Black Widow beat up. Some because they love to do that. They love to go, remember me from down the ways? But it wasn't. It was, and then
his daughter.
Yeah, and then this ending where Ross is on his way and she's like, go, I'll be fine. And then next thing you know, she's just on a motorcycle and she's fine. Like, don't worry about it. Like, well, how'd you get out of that?
Right. What did you do?
Because you were standing there like you were just gonna take it on.
Right.
And then your hair was blonde now. Did you like that little, oh look, I'm looking at blonde hair dye?
Yeah. I enjoyed that she is wearing the jacket.
You know what? I did not remember the jacket.
If you go back and look at Civil War. Yeah.
I enjoyed, you know what? Character wise, I enjoyed the sister.
Yelena? Yeah. I thought here's it sucks because like
I didn't think I would, but I did.
I think the movie was good. It was okay. It was a movie. It was subpar in the Marvel universe so far.
Mm-hmm.
But in fairness, it's one of the first ones that they've done that is like kind of like a prequel, or at least like a hey, this happened also at one point. But like the characters were good. I liked the Red Guardian. I thought that shit was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I thought he was good too.
I thought the actor did really well. I thought
Big
even
Mouth.
Yelena did really good. Not Yelena. Melina, maybe Melina,
Yeah.
the mom. I thought even the mom did well.
Yeah.
Like I thought all the characters played real well. The villain was okay.
You know, I think I might have enjoyed Scarlet the least,
That's fair.
which is odd.
Is it because it's really weird that she just within like 3 years lost all Eastern European accent?
I mean, well, I'm used to that because Wanda does the same thing. You know, I feel like we put out this movie at the wrong time. I understand that COVID pushed it back, but this should have been out before Ragnarok came out. This should not have been held this far back.
You could have done it before Civil War. I don't understand why we waited.
Well,
if you wanted to place in that timeline.
At the end of it, she goes to release them. So it had to have been after Civil War, because that's why she's on the run. Right?
Civil War, they're on the run. By the end of it, aren't they copacetic? Everything's good?
No.
Because in the Civil War, they fight. That's when... Because it begins with...
And Tony, and they get in the big fight with Tony, Winter Soldier, and Captain America, and Tony's like... That's
and then they go their separate ways, and then they...
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So this movie is supposed to be after that. Because she's on the run, Ross is after her.
Yeah, okay.
She's given up...
Right, because the attack on T'Challa and his dad. Okay.
So it had to have been... I mean, I think even if we had done it, if it had been the movie before Infinity War, it makes no sense that we gave Captain Marvel the movie before we gave Black Widow the movie, and she's already an integral character to the story. And I also feel like, you know what, this might be the same reason I didn't like Captain Marvel. I feel like every movie that we watch in the MCU builds towards a future. And if this movie only came out to set up the Hawkeye show, it's not worth it.
No.
You know what I mean?
Agree.
That's what this whole thing was for, because unless we see any of the family again or Taskmaster, this movie provide us.
I really hope we don't see Taskmaster again, because again has been turned to a good guy or a good girl now. It'd be weird, I think, but no, I agree. I don't. And here's the thing: like, we've lost investment, and in fairness, again, COVID's not their fault. Mm-hmm. But to your point, we had movies that were released in between that we easily could have squeezed this one in.
Especially if it was done when the original release date was. They were just holding out because they wanted more money, so they jeopardized what it would have been, but it still would have came out after you knew she died. Mm-hmm. So it's bad planning.
It is weird. To me. It's and you lose investment in the character knowing that like it's not going to do it. And then Gamora her, where like magically she's just back now.
Man, I knew when she whistled at the gravesite that there was going to be a whistle back.
That would have been interesting.
I was waiting for it, and it didn't happen.
I would have been okay with that. Somehow we magically...
God, I had to explain that. So
but Feige's great at being like, yeah, it just happened. Don't worry about it.
No. Or maybe she just wanted to hear it. It could have been like she just wanted to hear it.
You know what you do? You have the fucking TVA show up and be like, hey, here's your fucking sister back. Just throw her.
Well, and I wonder too, like, is Scarlett done? Because like Chris Evans is just done. Right. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm done. I've given you plenty of movies with me in it. I'm done. Iron Man, I know that we killed off the character, but I think we just moved on. I'm ready to go do something else.
Robert Downey has said he'd come back.
Has he?
I think.
Okay.
Under certain stipulations.
Money. That's what that
much
means.
money. So much money. Like a stupid amount of money.
But yeah, man, I don't know. Maybe. And then it also felt like a lot of just exposition dump. All of it. All of it was exposition dump. Because you know what? I was okay. Maybe other fans weren't. I was okay with not knowing what happened in Budapest between Clint and Natasha.
I was too, but they didn't
'Cause-
even really explain it.
Well, I mean, there was that conversation in the apartment with
When
her
she
sister.
said, "What kind of bullets did this?"
Yeah, and she said, yeah, and then she goes, I thought you killed so and so. And she goes, I did. And he goes, well, explain it to me. And then she started talking about what her and Clint did and
Oh, I
setting
guess,
up all
yeah.
that.
Okay.
But
then you had to know who Taskmaster was.
I was okay with it being a girl. I don't know if that's everybody's.
It's not. It's that they changed the character's origin entirely. I agree.
They're gonna do
gender
that.
swaps, whatever. I don't care. But again, I also think the validity is in again that we rewrote a character to just dump them. Like we rewrote them to give them a dead end.
Well, I don't think. I mean, they had to bring her back. There's a reason that we went through the work of introducing this character because they could have just killed him off.
I don't think so.
They could have just killed him off, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna bring them with us." That has to come back to something.
It's gonna be a fucking TV show, Taskmaster and the Widows, like 60 widows and Taskmaster just going around town cruising.
That's why I think. Well, I don't know. I don't know if because what are all the widows gonna do?
Here's the thing: they're all hunting down the other widows
to tell them that it's over.
change them.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: had you and so I'm 100% on board that they could have continued to use Taskmaster, and I would have been less upset had they not cured her at the end. Had she just disappeared, let's say they had their fight in the air, and then all of a sudden you see Natasha land looking for Yelena, and she leaves the Antonia Taskmaster, walks away, goes to help Yelena, and turns back and just gone.
Well, you know what? By curing her, you give her another storyline. Because what would be her drive after Black Widow's dead?
She's still a killing machine,
right? But nobody's controlling it anymore, which is that maybe that's what it is. It's because she could have just been like, I'm super about revenge because you fucked up my life, but they took away her, and it felt really. I don't want to say this because I said the same thing about Captain Marvel, but it felt very men of fucking piece of shit man controlling these women, and I get it because that's a real thing that happens in people's lives.
Oh, and Dreykov was a shitty human being, but like I get what you're saying. But I think okay, so he said he had to bring her. The way he brought her back was by putting a computer chip in her neck.
Mm-hmm.
So we're saying we can never take this mask off or this whole get up off ever.
Also, she don't blink, huh?
Bruh, those have been replaced. No eyelids. They really want you to look at that one eye that they did really good makeup on to get to pop out. But I just like again, had she just disappeared and then she was just hell bent on destroying the Avengers. Like, let's just say, like, somehow Dreykov was like, the Avengers, that it's their fault because Natasha was a part of the Avengers, and like that's how we draw the line. And so then later on down the road, oh no, Antonia appeared out of nowhere and wants to kill the Avengers. Like, cool. Like that's a subplot, like a subplot level villain that we just throw in there, and that'd be cool. That'd be like Crossbones. Like nobody gave a fuck about Crossbones, but he was there. He made some shit blow up, and then we got to see some people kill him.
You could have just been an asshole that was, hungry for blood, like you was.
And had she escaped, and they explained it off like that, been like, oh no, somehow she had a chip put in the back of her head, and she's now out for the Avengers' blood. Like, cool, I'm on board. I liked it. We cut it off, be done. But the fact that they cured her. And then she's going to go along with this team of widows like they're the Valkyrie from fucking Asgard.
I don't think she had a choice. Like she was just carried away.
That's fair. She looked very lost.
Oh yeah,
The first words she ever spoke was, "Is he dead?" So
this is 21 years later. So yeah, she's been in a bit of a trance.
but like I don't know. Yeah, people are pissed about it, and a lot of it is like that it's not Anthony Masters, and that it's not like the original Taskmaster, which again has variations of origins, and his origins are usually pretty muddied anyway. So like that part, whatever, get over it.
People need to get over that in general because
MCU be doing shit, guys. They're making moves.
Disney's gonna do what the fuck they want to.
They sure the fuck are.
Even if Marvel Studios is like, I really want to do this, if Disney's like, nah, we're gonna do this,
This is gonna
that's the end of the conversation.
Look, we need to sell, and we need to sell too.
No, don't put the movie out yet. Wait a year. Part of me, you would have had to change things. Part of me would have liked for this to come out after Iron Man 2, when we first got introduced to Natasha. For this to have come out then would have been okay.
Would have been awesome. Had we gotten an origin story of a character, but here's the thing. So we established this entire that you know what, that might be like the nail in the head for why this movie was okay. We established a character, and the way we established her was she has a backstory. It's super like espionage. We don't talk about it. She has a bad past, hysterectomy. The Red Room's terrible. She's a trained killer. We've converted her. And like they built her character on her mystery. And then said, now she's dead. So let's tell you the whole story. And like I would have preferred her be a mystery just like anything else. Like if we wanted it to be, as far as a movie standpoint of telling the story, it would have been cooler if they just left it alone and used this time doing something else.
Well, they could have, to me, done it like, because I still wanted her to get a movie. I felt like she earned it and deserved it. And as far as I know, it could have been in her contract that she was always going to get her own solo movie. But it could have done conversation, weird flashback, conversation, weird flashback. Like, fucking tell it the same way you did Arrow. They did that shit for 8 seasons.
It still kept going somehow.
Even when they caught up, they were like, okay, we're gonna flash to the future. How about that? Thought you're gonna get over on us. I really enjoyed the sister. I like when she was like, this is the first thing I ever bought. Look at this vest. You see all these pockets?
So many pockets. You can hide anything in it. Yeah, no. Yelena was a really good character. I think they're gonna bring her back for whatever special project Julia Louis-Dreyfus has for us. I think I'm saying that name right. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Louis-Dreyfus. Thank you. Yeah. I'm terrible with names, guys. Julia Louis-Dreyfus. I think she's going to be a part of whatever team with U.S. Agent. That fuckery is going to happen.
Yo, that's already a kind of a stacked team, though.
Yo, that team's going to wreck.
It's a shame that we can't put Chris Evans and Natasha against them. Because that would have been a pretty interesting little ballad. You know, as I'm watching this, I'm trying to think back of all the things that we are about Natasha. It makes sense why she was pushing so hard in the Avengers movie, and she was like super on Clint's side when he came out of his mind control thing, and she was like, "Look, I got rid of my ledger and shit too. Like, I get it. Let's just fix shit. Let's do it right."
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It was an okay movie. It could have been a Disney Plus, like just came out on Disney Plus.
Do you think that the mom turned her in before she knew they were going to work together?
Yes. I think she originally called thinking they were there to kill her.
Did you notice it's the same face shit that they use in Captain America and the Winter Soldier?
And one of them, yeah. I thought it was the same shit that because didn't at one point didn't Black Widow use it one time in the boardroom?
Maybe.
Like in an Avengers film, I think she used it once.
It's probably just because it's so recent, but the only time I remember it is when Agent 13 used it.
That's fair. The one other elephant that I don't know if we want to discuss is, again, the end of the film, the Easter egg or whatever at the end, when she went to Yelena and said, "Do you want to go after the person that's responsible for your sister's death?" And I'm real fucking curious about that because, like, I don't feel like did we blame Hawkeye for her death?
I mean, here's what most people will know. They left together to go
Okay,
and one came back.
that's fair. That's
Not everybody knows that they had a race to kill themselves, and Natasha won.
That's fair. I was just like, oh,
because even the Avengers, unless Clint told them, as far as Steve Rogers and Bruce Banner know, he came back without her, and he could have been like, I don't want to talk about it, because he's so sad that it happened, but really, they think that something terrible happened. We've talked about how Nebula's a terrible person for not telling them that anyway.
Yeah.
Did you like the nose breaking thing? I enjoyed that.
I saw it coming a mile away, but I enjoyed it. Not a mile away, but like the moment he was like, I have pheromones. And then she's like, oh, like she starts taunting him. I'm like, yeah, you're just going to break your nose. All right.
I saw that coming. But then when she was like, you're a little bitch, you couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Whack.
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
I enjoyed that. The action scenes were good. It was a weird cadence. The action scenes were good. I didn't have any, there was no point in the movie that I was like, God, this is fucking stupid. I can't believe this. But there was never a moment and I was like, oh yeah, there were times watching other Marvel movies where I'm jumping out of my seat pumped about shit.
Mm-hmm.
And this one just didn't have it. Again, I thought Red Guardian was a fantastic character. I loved him talking about fucking Captain America and how the guy was like, he was still frozen then, and he snaps his fucking arm. He's like, oh no, little baby, you go cry.
I feel like they talked about the other Avengers almost too much.
Yeah.
Because it kind of takes away
you to remember.
Yeah. Oh, this is right. That's right. This is part of the MCU.
Right. They need you to remember. They did.
There were little jokes here and there. If one or two people would have mentioned it, but I enjoy little jokes why did you could have brought the Avengers Quinjet, that would have been useful had you brought that.
When they first landed and he's like, so did he talk about me? I was busting up. I don't know why it really got me when he's like, yeah, but did he tell you stories? And I'm just like, yo, this man won't quit.
I think the better joke was for referencing the other characters is when her sister was like, they kill you, then they send the big Avengers, and she's like, what the fuck's that mean? She's like, you think the god takes ibuprofen after a fight?
Yeah, that was good.
And then her sister, when she was like, why do you do the thing with the hair?
Oh, I loved giving her shit about that. It was good.
Yeah. She was like, every time, are you you're such a poser, because she acted like a little sister would, I feel like, and that's probably why I enjoyed her so much.
When she then did it, was like, oh god, I almost threw up.
Yeah. And when they rescued the Red Guardian, and she was like, I can't have it. They took out my uterus and all, and he was like, okay, I don't want to. No, you're good. You don't talk about it anymore. She was like, I was just gonna get into the fallopian tubes. Are you sure you don't want to talk about it anymore?
Yeah, no, she was a great character.
Did you enjoy almost murdering a pig? For fun?
The whole ass subplot that just, or not subplot, but just again, a bunch of exposition that just I didn't need. All you had to tell me was these people are fucking mind controlled. I've watched enough MCU to be like, we're good. I know, I've seen Wanda go bloop, and people just a whole fucking town shit their pants. So I got it. I know, guys. I don't need it. I don't know. It was a good movie, guys. I'm gonna go back to that. It was a good movie.
I mean, I'll give it a B- if I'm being.
I'd give it a 7.5.
Let me ask you this: is it worth $30?
It is only because everybody got to see it. Because everybody's got to $30 for you, me, Katie's family, my family, brothers and sisters watching it. That's worth it. Because you know what? That's $4 a piece. I ain't even worried about that. That's good. Okay, I'm on board. But if it was $30 just for me, do you know how many times I sat there and read the $30 sign? And I'm like, no, I don't think I could do it. I did it finally. It took me a while. Because then
It
it was
just-
like, you need to enter your Amazon password. I'm like, no, you're asking way too much from me now.
It could have been a bit better, I feel.
It could have. Here's the thing. Here's the question I have for you, because you were quite the critic of it. Is it better than Captain Marvel?
I would say yes. And I think it's just more of a dislike for the Captain Marvel movie.
That's fair. That's fair. I know
The-
you really disliked it.
Well, the Nick Fury eye scratch, the just dumb shit like that. Like,
Well, and that's the problem with doing any movie that's about a past event.
you know what? This is the
Because
second
you have to
movie.
cram that in. You have to cram it in.
And you know what? Ah, man, why are we doing this to these female lead characters?
Right. We could have
you know
made a
what?
great movie. You know, a Captain Marvel movie where she's flying through space and beating the fuck out of intergalactic fucking threats. Everybody would have had a fucking heart on for it. They would have loved it.
Captain Marvel could have came on at any time, and for some reason you put it in between the two biggest movies you were going to release.
Oh, that's fair too.
Ant-Man and Wasp, that made sense because you had the quantum blah blah blah. But
Well, and nobody gave a fuck about Ant-Man and Wasp. Like, it was an okay movie, but like, come on, it was.
but it bridged the two.
It did.
movies,
You're
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
These take you out.
No, you had to know that she was going to show up and help.
We did at the end of one of the Avengers movies. Yeah, when Nick Fury called her, then I knew she was going to show up.
Yeah, that's fair. Was it okay? One more question.
Okay.
For you.
Okay.
What's better, Captain Marvel or Thor: Dark World?
Ooh, Captain Marvel.
Nothing's better than Dark World, right? Everything's better than Dark World, right?
At
Like
least
that is the
music was
worst.
good. Like,
That one's rough.
I don't want to get. I don't wanna start-
My mother-in-law says that it's one of her favorite ones, and I had to question her multiple times. Like, are you sure? And like, I started describing the plot to her, and I'm like,
the one
this
with the
one?
dark elf.
Yeah, and she's like, yeah, no, I like that one. I'm like, all right.
Nobody likes that one.
Nobody likes that one. You know what? In fact, if you like that one in the chat, please, for the love of God, go down there and tell me you liked it, because I need to know someone.
And the where?
And in the comments down below.
Oh.
Did I say chat?
You want to do it again?
No.
Okay.
In the comments down below, guys, someone tell me that they liked it, because I need to know. Also, hit like and subscribe since you're already down there.
Yeah.
If you didn't like it, you have to hit like and subscribe to let us know you didn't like it. It's fair. It's only rules.
Solid.
Yeah.
I can't think of any other way to.
If
If you liked Black Widow, like and subscribe. If you didn't subscribe and like,
Oh, fair. And sign up for the notifications.
that will let me know.
The
what you
notifications
know.
is really the one that hits it home for you.
Yeah,
I just,
I liked the parts in it.
it was good. It was a solid film. Like, I'm telling you right now, if it came out in the 90s as a Marvel film, I would have been like, man, this is really
The
good.
90s, fuck, you lowered
Right.
that bar drastically.
Right.
All right.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Damn,
I'm talking like,
I wasn't gonna say that about it.
I'm just, it would have been like a fantastic movie then. But like, we have so much to compare it to now.
Did you like more than Doctor Strange?
Okay. I didn't give Doctor Strange the amount of respect that it deserved.
I know. That's why I'm asking you.
Doctor Strange is a far better movie the more times I watched it than it was before.
Try me, Beyonce.
Although I do think here's the one not that this is what this is about, but the one critique I have about Doctor Strange was, don't introduce Dormammu if like we're not actually going to go down that path, because like we beat him in like 20 seconds and that was sad.
Well, we just bored him. But the good thing is, man, we can always bring him back up.
Fair. I think that's going
Just
to happen.
that and Taskmaster.
That has to happen.
gonna-
Dormammu's coming back.
They're gonna combine.
Just Taskmaster's never coming back, dude. Like, there's no way. How do we explain that?
You know what? Maybe now she has the freedom just to be that mercenary that we wanted.
She's the freedom to be a dick.
Yeah.
And it's on my terms, bitches.
Well, you know what? It's like it's like Winter Soldier. Like I've gone so far that I just don't see myself redeemable.
I imagine like and she doesn't she does recall some of it, never mind, because Yelena did. I was gonna say I like to think that we could have had a better cutscene at the end, and instead it was fucking Taskmaster flying with that jet, and it's the fucking immigrant song. And it's all the fucking widows on the wing, and it's just like, all right, well, here comes a bunch of shit. I think it
was it better than Incredible Hulk?
Yes.
Okay.
I did. In fairness, I did not see the Edward Norton one.
That's the Edward Norton one. So I don't know how you said yes if you had
all of them are the Incredible Hulk.
All of them are not the Incredible Hulk. Titles are different. One's called Hulk. One's called Incredible Hulk. And I think there are only 2 movies.
Look, they both had the Incredible Hulk in them. They're both incredible.
One just had a Hulk in it.
He's incredible. Okay, the fucker threw a tank across the entire planet.
Well, then this one was not incredible. So then this one was just Hulk. The MCU one's just Hulk now.
Oh, okay.
If you're looking at it that way.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
If that guy was incredible, that guy was completely different.
That's the only one I saw was the one with big brain tumory guy.
Yeah, that was not.
It was good. One. It was solid.
It was not.
It wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, so, this should have came out before. I'm looking at them in order, so I'll mention the ones where it would have mattered. There's Civil War, and then this is timeline, not release. I need release in release order. No, don't tell me what you think the best order is. Okay.
No, that's how I was just stuck in my head.
Civil War, Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Ant-Man Wasp, Avengers Infinity War. So what would have had to have been between Civil War and Infinity War, it's too many wars, because without making any changes. You clip in, she's on the run, you clip out, she's got blonde hair, and she's going to go save the team. So, I mean, why is Doctor Strange fitting in before her? I don't know. I just feel maybe they're on a timeline and they just wanted to cut her.
Push it.
Honestly, after Endgame, a lot of them have been the shows have been good. But I feel like there's only been 2 movies, huh? Spider-Man and this one
was okay. This one was okay.
Yeah, it's really hard to up the stakes when you got to bring half the world back.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Let us know what you guys thought. What do you give it out of 10?
6.
Yeah, 7.5.
I can't see myself revisiting it.
I might rewatch it just to see, and maybe make myself feel like $30 was well spent. But it was 7.5 at best for me.
I can rewatch it if it makes you feel like $30 was worth it.
But I don't know. It was go see it, because if you like Avengers shit and you like Marvel and you want to feel included, go see it. But I don't think it has any weight at all. Like, no offense, but I did not ever see Ant-Man and Wasp, and I was able to get by just fine. This is one of those. You don't have to see it; you'd be fine.
Yeah, that for some reason went off. All you need to know is that her sister's coming for Clint, and you'll find that out in the show. I guess you get to skip why. You avoid that.
Does she use Taskmaster as her way to get to Clint?
I don't know.
Is Taskmaster just gonna be the villain in the Hawkeye show?
I also thought maybe we'd get more of why he was big on the Shield, Or Red Guardian shield. I didn't see that.
Red Guardian
Very much
shield never
either.
came up. Like we never saw his shield when he was
He
fighting.
threw a shield once.
That was Taskmaster's shield.
Okay. So yeah.
And the only reason Taskmaster had the shield, so at one point in time, they showed him watching or her watching video of Avengers fighting.
Mhm.
And I think that's why he had the shield, because he threw it exactly like Captain America threw it and used it in the exact same way. So I think it was that he was watching these videos, and because he had the microchip memory, whatever, they gave him a shield to be. It was cheaper than vibranium, though. It was not vibranium.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe I know we're wrapping it up. Maybe if I could have seen the fight styles change,
That would have been cool.
maybe I would have liked that more.
Well, at one point he did the shing.
Yeah,
Like
the
he
claws.
did the Black Panther.
That's what I'm thinking. I only saw Black Widow, Black Panther,
Captain
and
America.
Cap
And at one point he pulled out a bow and arrow.
once.
One time.
He shot one.
One arrow.
He shot one arrow.
One arrow.
Hey, that's all he needed, baby. I know, man. It's okay.
Anyways, let us know what you guys thought about the movie down below. If you think we're completely wrong and you think it was 10 out of 10s, let us know.
Reach out.
We want to hear your opinion. We're never going to shun you for it. We just want to know it.
Safe space.
Safe space. Unless you comment on the fact that our podcast is exactly like Critical Role. We had that one time, guys. Just one time. It happened once. And forever I'll remember it, because what a compliment. But anyways, the one time we ever do a tabletop to like, way to copy Critical Role. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that they had the whole fucking industry.
I like how you said, oh.
Oh.
Later.
Let us know what you guys thought about it down below. Let us know if there's something you guys want us to watch that's out there, because we've been watching a lot of old movies lately, and I have a dinger of a thing that I want Cleve to watch soon. So let us know what you guys think. It's Tammy and the T-Rex. Let us know what you guys thought down below. Make sure you guys check us out on all of our social medias. Cleve, what are the social medias?
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Friendship Supreme, all of them, except Twitter. No eyes, all eyes, right here. Or YouTube, youtube.com. Search Friendship Supreme. You find us there. Patreon.com/Friendship Supreme. Give me a buck. I need money.
That's exactly our slogan, guys. Give me a buck. I need money. What?
I'm struggling.
If you guys do decide to give us any money, just know that all of it goes back to this fucking podcast where we buy fancy signs and lights and audio equipment and subscriptions to fucking podcast shit
and these fucking effects that Michael's gonna throw in.
Now I've got to go back and throw in fucking effects, guys. Anyways, I've been Michael.
This is Cleve, and pain makes you stronger.